Hey Liam, you got a second?
Huh?
No, not huh, I'm your boss. Maybe act a little concerned when I talk to you.
What is it? I can talk a little more carefully, but it's kinda weird to talk like I'm concerned when I'm not concerned about anything you have to say to me.
You need to be careful. I've been at this company for a lot longer than you.
I'm seriously tired of all these boomers who are acting like they're so amazing because they've worked here for so long. So, what is it? There, are you happy? I'm concerned. And keep it short if you don't mind.
I'm your direct boss. And so as much as I don't want to, my job is to manage you. About your attitude. A lot of other employees aren't really enjoying your attitude, and some are even complaining. It's not just freak complaints either. There are quite a few. I'm really hoping you'll change your behavior.
What? What are you talking about, my attitude and behavior?
When we're having a conference with Global Pair United, you were acting pretty terrible towards the other company's sales rep. When you behave like that, you put our company and our jobs on the line. You came into our department earlier this spring, but we've been working with GPU and their sales rep for quite a long time now. Please, be on your best behavior and try not to be rude to him anymore.
What? I didn't do anything wrong. That clown graduated from some no-name college, and yet here he is with a second-rate degree. Coming to presentations with a huge corporation like ours, I'm actually impressed that he has the audacity to do that. I just told him how I really felt about him. I'm sure he didn't have an understanding of the items he was actually selling. So I just tested him a little bit.
Yeah, and the sales rep was answering your questions with no flaws. That person works really hard. We actually have reviewed him and told his company that we love him as our rep. Because of that man, we were able to enjoy our fresh supply of pears, so please do not act like that in front of him again.
You're really texting me that right now? You must have had a lot of free time on your hands.
When I try to talk to you in person, you scurry away like a child.
Oh, come on, I wasn't running away. You always just come and talk to me right as I was about to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's not my problem.
Because how could GPU even send us a low-life, poor-educated man? That company must be pretty rotten. They should go under and take their stupid pears with them.
You better cut it out. After looking at how you've been working, it's pointless to talk about their education background.
Huh? You literally didn't even go to college, Steven. And here you are telling me, who went to a huge college, what to do. You're going to tell me what to do? You really should rethink your actions and what they mean.
I just told you it's not about educational history or background.
Look, let me tell you. The only person who can talk about educational background and history and how none of it matters are people who have a good educational background. In other words, you, Steven, can't tell me anything about education, capiche? Don't act like you're so damn special just because you started working here sooner than I did. Besides, I'm not like you and the other grunts. I'm the executive manager's son. My mom is the CEO's niece. I was promised an executive position when I started working here. I'm not like you who's gonna be used up like a company pawn and eventually disappear into some random third-rate company. We're completely different animals, you and I. Now, if you understand that point, please shut up and support me without any more complaints. So what? You're my boss and I answer to you. I'm going to be giving you orders real soon, so you better start kissing my ass for your own good.
I'm just giving you some advice, some common sense. I wish you'd use that brilliant brain of yours before you do anything.
Why are you acting like you're so smart? You work some dead-end management position with no college degree. Don't tell me what to do. I was born elite, do you understand me? I'm not like you, Steven. You need to stay where you belong and act accordingly. You just support your elite overlords.
Are you sure you should be talking like that?
What?
After you left earlier, we were all talking about something in the office.
What?
You really don't know, do you? The executive manager is being accused of sexual harassment and adultery.
What? What are you talking about? My dad would never do such a thing.
Apparently, one of the new hires spoke out about it. HR is doing their research about it. Apparently, he's being quite interested in a lot of the new hires, and now they're about to punish him because there are too many complaints.
What? There's no way.
The CEO is pretty ticked off too. He was angry that he would use his position of power to abuse newly hired women.
My dad wouldn't do that.
And the person who was spurring on the new hires to spend time around your dad, yeah, that was you, wasn't it?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You would call up the newly hired women and had them talk to your father on purpose, right? He's kind of a piece of work, to put it nicely, too. But you're also kind of a piece of shit, huh?
You don't even have any proof of that. Don't start talking trash. I was asked by my father to give special instruction to the new hires. I just asked them individually while in private. I figured that since my father was calling them up, that they would be really nervous. I just acted as a middle-aged man is all.
So, you're gonna take the stance that you don't know it all?
He hasn't done any kind of sexual harassment. He's my dad.
You realize that over 10 of the female employees have all grouped together to file for sexual harassment, right?
You're kidding, right?
Yeah, the executive manager? He's gonna be screwed.
That's not true. Mom would never believe that crap either. I'm the son of my mom, who is the niece of the CEO. My status doesn't change.
I hope so, for your sake.
What? What do you mean?
This whole thing. Apparently the CEO is on the punishment as well.
What?
Apparently a lot of the executives are gonna be cleaned out.
There's no way that's true. Stop spreading false rumors about this.
Maybe you should go home. Talk to your parents, the source of all this, right? This is all I can tell you about this anyway. I gotta go talk to HR about how you've been working anyway.
How I've been working? Why?
I told you I was your direct manager. Yes, yours truly. The guy with no college degree. This whole sexual harassment thing has brought your termination or suspension as a potential course of action, so I was called up to report on your regular workplace behavior. I finally get to give a detailed review.
My workplace behavior? Wait a second. I worked hard every day, right? I did what I was told to. I worked harder than anyone else in the office.
I mean, you did work fairly hard, but I've warned you time and time again about your behavior. But you've never gotten better. You almost ruined our relationship with one of our oldest clients. I remember the whole conversation that took place with the GPU sales rep. I don't think I can let that kind of thing fly. I told you about it and warned you as a sort of final warning, but apparently it wasn't useful at all.
What are you gonna report about me?
For starters, is that really how you should be talking to your boss?
Sorry, sir. Please don't say anything bad in your review. I would have a really difficult time finding another job if I'm fired.
Yeah, I know. Before you're able to start work here because of your connections. You couldn't find a job at all. You were a need for 2 years, right?
How the hell did you know about that? How did you hear such a thing, sir?
I know about my employees. It's pretty incredible, really. You went to such a prestigious university but couldn't find a job. I think that's actually pretty tough to do.
I don't want you, who never went to university, to tell me how difficult it was, sir.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you. It has nothing to do with educational history. I am literally your boss. I wanted to leave a good review for you, but I don't think that's gonna be possible. Sorry about that, Liam.
What? Hang on, please, hang on a second! I'll apologize for everything I've done up until this point, Please don't talk to HR and tell them all the bad things about me. I'm sure the thing with my dad is some kind of mistake, and once we can prove that, I think everything will just go back to normal. Can you just hang on a second?
I don't need to wait. No matter what happens to the executive or the CEO, what I can do as your boss is report exactly what kind of attitude you had during your work hours.
Hang on a second, I'll be more careful with how I talk to people, and I'll make a formal apology to the sales rep. I finally found a girlfriend. When I told her that I worked here, she seemed to really think highly of me, so I really don't want to quit this job. I really don't want to lose this girl.
I don't really care about your private life.
I even have a family, too. I even have a girlfriend right now. How could you abandon me like that? Maybe you should think about taking care of your employees. Do you have any kind of mercy at all? Or is it just because I went to a famous university? You must be some kind of jealous, huh?
I don't really care about your college at all. Everyone you've been taunting up until this point, me, the sales rep from GPU, we all have families too. Everyone you've ever looked down on and treated accordingly have important people in their lives. You really shouldn't have focused on your parents' title or some kind of education you paid your way through. You should have focused on your personality instead. Well, I didn't know you for long, but goodbye.
Hang on, I'm treating you with respect. Feel special.
Yeah, that's incredible.
You don't mean that at all.
Yeah, you're kind of just a bother at this point. I'll talk to you once you're at work. If you still have a chance to talk, that is. After that incident, a lot of different crimes started showing up that the executive and his son were involved in. The executive cabinet were all being swapped out. Liam was able to avoid being prosecuted, but as a result of the honest reportings from Mr. Stephen, he was going to be moved away to a factory that was far from corporate. He started working as a sales rep there and ended up stumbling into the sales rep from GPU. He tried to apologize, but because of Liam, the relationship with GPU was pretty bad. The factory had closed down as a result. It's important to treat everyone you come across with respect, no matter who you are or who they are.
Hi, Marion, honey. What are you doing right now? I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty bored. Why don't you bring Victor over to play? Not like I have anything better to do. You haven't been coming back home recently, and Mom's been feeling sad. How about you fulfill your daughter-in-law duties for once?
I'm sorry, I'm still at work right now. I can't come. After I'm finished with work, I'm going to pick up Victor from school, and then we're going back home.
What are you on about? I can pick him up easy peasy. Just let me get my wallet and my keys, and I'm good to go.
If someone who isn't the child's parent is coming to pick them up, they'll have to notify the school first. Otherwise, they won't let the child go with them.
Oh, come on, really? Oh, that's such a drag. I was doing him the honor of coming over to play.
Thank you so much. I'm sure he'd love to play with his Auntie Bailey sometime soon.
Enough about that. Isn't your older sister without a job, Marion?
What? No, she isn't jobless. She has a proper job.
But the job's only part-time, right? Oh, seems like she has too much time on her hands. Isn't she my age, actually?
Yes, I think she is. In case you're wondering, she's 38 years old.
And she's a certified recluse, I hear.
She was diagnosed with chronic depression, so yes, she was living at home for 2 years. But starting this year, she's able to go back outside. She started a part-time job that's going well.
This is so insane. It's actually funny. A pathetic, jobless recluse at this ripe age.
I'm telling you, Miss Bailey, she's not anything like you say.
It's not like she's married like I am. She's fallen behind in life, I must say. Oh, such a pity.
Could you please refrain from talking about my own sister that way?
You can't blame anyone for telling her so. It's the truth, after all.
Perhaps, but it's still hurtful and rude.
Well, I assumed she must have a lot of free time, so I thought I would become her friend.
What? You want to befriend my sister?
Oh, it's such a pity she's a recluse. So I thought becoming her friend would open up new doors, you know? And also, my free time can be used up spending it with her. It's literally the best win-win in the world, isn't it?
Clarissa's busy with her own life right now, and it's not like she has no friends. On the contrary, she has many. I don't think she needs any more.
Clarice, that's her name, right?
Yes, it is.
I think I met her once at my wedding, but I don't remember what she's like at all. Maybe she's just like you, without much of a goddamn presence.
What are you trying to say? In any case, you need not worry about Clarice, but thank you very much for your concern.
Oh, I'm so damn bored these days, Marion.
Is that so? Why don't you find a job then?
There's no way I'm gonna do that. I got married because I wanted to become a housewife, unlike your sister Clarice, who can't ever get married.
What?
I really cannot understand you, Marion. Going off to work even after getting married and having children? Just tell me, you don't exactly trust your husband, my brother. Now do you?
I appreciate all the accusations, Miss Bailey. But lest we forget, you're currently living away from your own husband, right?
You couldn't be more wrong. Grayson's only been reassigned temporarily.
He stopped by just the other day, you know, to talk to us about something.
What?
You seem to be claiming that he'd been reassigned temporarily, but it seems to him that you've kicked him out of his own house. Your husband Grayson visited us to vent about how he wants a divorce, but you'll have none of that.
Wait, huh? This is news to me. We're only taking some time to work on ourselves. I plan to go back to our old life together with a little more time. We aren't living separately. He really has been reassigned. We're only living away from each other for a short time.
In his eyes, that's not how it seems, Miss Bailey.
It is what it is, damn it.
Do you really have no intention of changing the cause of this situation?
The cause?
I was told that you've been doing the housework since you married him 6 months ago, and you've stopped doing that completely, haven't you? And I hear the reason's because you're hooked on some video game. Is that true?
That's not true at all. Even housewives need some time off from their busy schedules, you know.
How can you be so busy if you don't do any of the housework? You found a game online that you think is fun and you play it all day long without cleaning any of the rooms and whatnot. And what's worse, you use his credit card to buy branded pieces of fashion. Grayson's been fretting over the bills because it just amounts to more than he can handle, you see.
If I buy branded items and then sell them immediately, it can be converted into money to use for the game. It's not like I'm paying thousands of dollars in liquid cash for these things. Don't you think it's a good way to make money?
That's called resale, Miss Bailey, and I believe that's a crime.
But still, it works. Because of it, I'm now a master at build games. And no, I haven't told Grayson about this, but I'm doing that these days. The credit card's been terminated, and I can't pay money for games anymore. And things have become pretty droll. That's why I'm bored. Bring Victor over, please. His auntie wants to spend some time with him.
What the hell are you talking about?
What?
Don't you realize you're on the brink of being left on the curb? Or are you actually feigning ignorance?
What the hell do you mean?
You go about pointing fingers at Clarice about her situation, but I ask you, who is the real jobless recluse?
Ugh, I'm not caged up at home, you know.
And neither is Clarice. But in any case, it doesn't change the fact that you're at your house, wasting your days away doing nothing. Mrs. Attaway has been so stressed about how expensive the electricity bill's been, you know.
There's no way.
Getting comfortable in front of the heater at full blast, staring at the TV all day every day, watching programs and or playing video games? Of course the bills are gonna skyrocket.
That'll only be while Grayson's reassigned, and I'm gonna start doing the housework again when he comes back home.
I'm telling you, Bailey, it doesn't seem like a temporary reassignment to me. And I don't think he'll be coming back ever.
What? Did he say something like that?
Yes, he did. Looks like he set himself on a divorce.
You can't be serious. You're just mad because I said some funny things about your sister, right? Tell me that's the case.
I'm not mad, Miss Bailey. I do, however, feel like you're a pitiful human being.
How dare you? I'm not pitiful in any way. And I resent you for comparing me to a lowly part-timer approaching 40.
Clarissa's becoming a full-time employee starting next month, you know, and I remind you, she's exactly your age. Here's the punchline. Looks like Destiny's gonna hand you a red card sometime soon.
No, it won't.
And also, you've been cheating on Grayson.
What? What do you mean by that?
No use hiding it since Grayson knows about it already. Seems like he hired a detective agency and everything. My husband's been apologizing to him so very deeply day in and day out. But it should be you who apologizes, right, Miss Bailey?
When did this happen?
The day before yesterday, I believe. Isn't Mrs. Attaway not at home right now?
Huh? Now that you mention it, she isn't. But what's that got to do with anything?
She's gone to negotiate with Grayson, apparently.
That can't mean that Mom knows about it too.
I'm afraid she does. At the very least, she'd known about the fact that it was never a temporary reassignment.
But that's impossible.
You even go about lying to your own parents. And then they find out. What a shame, what a shame.
I can't contact Grayson. How can that be?
You've been ignoring him up until now, haven't you? He's told you numerous times he wanted to talk, but because you ghosted him, he gave up on that idea and reached out to Mrs. Attaway instead.
How did he even find out about my affair and even went on to blab to you about it? This is unbelievable.
Your partner's someone you met through online gaming, right? I was so surprised that you'd go about meeting this guy in person, you know?
You even know about that?
You're so lucky that all he ever assumed was that you were living separate from her husband. I applaud you. A jobless hunk approaching 40, dumped by her husband, and could be abandoned by her parents, too. Wouldn't you pity a poor woman like that? My husband and I have no intention of helping you, of course. You brought this on yourself, so you go fix it yourself, okay? That day, Bailey's husband told everything to Bailey's mother and informed her that he'd already discussed the issue of compensation with a lawyer. In addition to the compensation, which would already amount to something quite substantial, he would demand a full refund of all the money Bailey had used behind his back to buy branded fashion items. Of course, Miss Bailey doesn't have any savings of her own whatsoever. Furthermore, it was found out that she was lending her online gaming friend money through online transactions, and the money they both spent on the games had amounted to something frankly disgusting. Bailey's mother wanted to help her daughter out, but her father couldn't forgive her for what she'd done, and he was so kind as to carry the burden of paying compensation. Under the condition that Bailey find a good, proper job, otherwise she wouldn't be welcome to live at the house at all. Bailey never had much work experience at all, and she started job hunting with a heavy heart. But even her application for a part-time convenience store clerk, exactly like the one she'd been ridiculing, wasn't accepted.
Hey, Jack, what the hell, man?
Huh? What are you talking about?
About the business trip yesterday. The reason that you weren't able to secure the deal yesterday. You blamed it on me to the higher-ups. I was called up by the executive manager on the way back.
Really? I mean, it's not really my fault. I was just telling the truth.
That's not true at all. The only reason that contract didn't go through was because of you. Not only were you over 30 minutes late, you reeked of alcohol and made some terrible presentation while you weren't even able to speak properly.
I just couldn't talk really well because I was nervous.
Oh, come on, you really think that's gonna work as an excuse?
What did you want from me then? We were literally in New York. It's Brooklyn. There are so many fun things to do around there.
You understand we were there for business, right?
You understand we were in Brooklyn, right? If you don't play in Brooklyn, you aren't a real man. What a pity. You don't have a sliver of manliness on you.
And you don't have a sliver of common sense in you.
Common sense? You can tell common sense to go screw itself.
I understand that you're a piece of shit, but just because you went out to drink at night doesn't mean that you're allowed to be late at work. And this was over a really important contract.
Just like I reported to our bosses, it's your fault, no matter every which way you look at it.
It's your fault! How is it that you didn't show up in time? And somehow it's my fault.
It's your fault. You didn't wake me up.
What? You're in your 30s, dude! You seriously waiting on someone else to come wake you up?
If you're staying in the same hotel, then you should at least come check on me.
You literally told me not to come wake you up. You said you wanted to focus on the presentation till the very end. That's why we were gonna meet up at that company HQ, right? Was that the story? And then you turned around and reported me for not having enough documents prepared, and so it wasn't enough to satisfy our clients, but I still haven't figured out what you were thinking.
That kinda makes sense in a way, right?
No! Until you showed up real late, we could have been perfectly fine without your presentation at all. All of my documents were enough. We already spoke and agreed. Then we were talking about hashing out the details when you showed up with some kind of weird attitude about everything. And that's how it all was ruined.
And?
What the hell do you mean, and?
Who can actually prove any of that?
What?
The only people that were there were you and I. No one can prove any of what you said. And that's why I said something first and blamed it on you. I think you're screwed, pal. You let that giant contract get away.
It's not my fault, so I plan on proving that I had nothing to do with the whole thing falling through. I'm gonna go get that deal too.
Of course you can't. You're a terrible public speaker. That's why I was in charge of the presentation anyway.
Yeah, you might be better than me at doing the presentation, sure. But you don't have any kind of common sense. That means I'm miles ahead of you in work.
You realize that I was only just being nice to you because we had joined at the same time, but I'm going to be getting promotions and you're going to be working for me soon.
What, promotions?
You didn't know about it? The manager is going to be moving to the overseas branch, so I'm going to be taking over him now.
That's not gonna happen.
At first it was between you and I, but now that you let that contract get away, you're apparently no longer on the running list. Sorry to break it to ya.
I don't believe it. There's no way you would be my boss over my dead body.
Even if you don't agree to it, the higher-ups already know who is useful and who isn't useful. This means that you're going to be living a pretty boring and mundane life at work.
I don't know about that.
Oh, what now? You have something you want to tell me about? You really gonna try and argue with your boss?
I don't think you're gonna be my boss. Remember when you went out on business last time? You spent company money when you were out alone. You said that that was money that was used for our clients.
What?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. I looked up the history on your card use. When you were going away on business, our company seems to be spending quite a bit of money. Even when you don't need to be dealing with clients. And this time around, I can prove that you didn't do anything with clients. I have proof.
I did go out with the clients. Yeah, for sure. They were out with me while you were asleep. I was hard at work going out with our clients. You probably didn't even know that, though.
I know that you didn't.
Huh?
I talked about it at the conference. I asked if they were really okay with not going out beforehand to get acquainted. They said that they had a really important business meeting the night before, and that the contract was completely reliant on whether or not they would like the presentation. So they didn't want any of the social stuff. They told me straight and clear.
Really?
That's how I know for a fact that you didn't do anything with them. And I've already reported all of my findings to the executive manager.
What? To the manager?
Yeah, the manager. I was called up a second ago. And when he asked me about how you were saying you went out with him, he wanted me to check to make sure you were telling the truth. I told him the truth, of course.
But you have no proof, right?
That's why he's checking all of your charges now. He's calling the other companies. You went home on time, but we're staying overtime to check on your expenses. I was also helping him. Just looking up all the expenses, making sure you weren't just having fun on the company's money.
Huh? My expenses?
Something seems so off. Even when you were going fairly close, you would charge him for the first-class tickets on planes. But I'm sure that we were driving or taking the bus, or am I just mistaken?
No, you are mistaken.
I also feel like you're charging a little more. Every time you use some money, you charge just a little bit more. You're definitely embezzling company money, ain't you?
Of course not. Don't say things like that when you're just amusing.
And to add to things, you are also adding some kind of club during your business meetings. The receipt is literally in the records.
Huh?
I don't think you can claim this to be a business meeting. When I searched up the name of the club, it was definitely a sketchy nightclub.
You looked up the name of the store? Why would you go that far?
You ruined your one shot at the biggest contract of the year. And then you try to blame it on me before bailing.
Fine. I'll report it back to the executive manager tomorrow.
What are you gonna say?
That I was also partially responsible. I'll report it to him, I swear. It wasn't just your responsibility. It's not like it was all your fault that we didn't secure the deal. I promised to report it to him.
That's not the issue here. I have no responsibility for that. The executive manager already finished looking everything up. I have no problems.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You already checked up on all your expenses. The other company also confirmed that you reek of alcohol, that you were 30 minutes late, but you never explained why you were late. You suddenly jumped into explaining the project and the new merchandise, so everything I just presented to them was completely ruined.
They said that? You made them say that, didn't you?
I didn't make them say anything, it's the truth. It was all just factual information.
Stop messing with me! This is going to screw over my annual review!
Yeah, maybe. I already reported my findings about the company's spending. Accounting is gonna be launching a formal investigation on your case tomorrow.
You're kidding. You're just messing with me, right?
I'm sure you're doing a lot of crazy things that you don't want them to find out, right? You use a company card to go to suggestive and sketchy club. There's no way you're gonna be getting promotions pulling crap like that.
If I don't get a promotion because of all this being found out, it's your fault!
Yeah, I don't know about the promotion. I think you might even lose your job.
Huh? I don't think it'll be that bad.
You were using the company money for yourself, and you literally lost the biggest contract because you couldn't just keep it in your pants for a little bit.
It's not just my fault. Please, can you tell the executive manager too? Tell him that I was working hard day in and day out. I'm begging you, buddy.
The company from Brooklyn said that if I went alone to explain everything, they might reconsider turning down the contract. In other words, they said it was just you. You ruined the whole thing for them.
But I do great work when I work. I'm sorry, please. I'm about to get married. You know that, right?
You're about to get married, and you were going to these sketchy clubs? I think that Loretta is gonna find out tomorrow, too.
That's not okay.
It's gonna be all the buzz about you embezzling, your marriage and the contract. You might even lose your job. I guess this is what you mean about being manly. Accounting was able to find out that Jack was embezzling company money this whole time. He was called up to HR and forced to quit on his own. And not only was he using company money for his own, he was using it at sketchy nightclubs. The whole thing was rumored around the office. Loretta, his fiancée, had caught wind of it. He was dumped in a spectacular fashion. As a result, he quit his job and was forced to pay back all the money that he embezzled. He had lost his fiancée as well. Right before he quit and left, he was angry and complaining about Travis, but Travis was already the manager, so he just scolded him and was escorted out of the building. He's gonna have a tough time going forward.
Yo, Marcus, how you been?
What? Why are you talking to me right now?
Just wanted to know where you were is all.
It doesn't really matter to you if I'm doing well or not. My well-being is no longer any of your concern.
Don't be like that. We used to be best friends.
Yeah, we used to be, until you betrayed me.
I told you, I feel sorry for betraying you.
You think that feeling sorry is enough? You can't change the fact that you plagiarized my piece.
You can't say that I plagiarized it. That's not appropriate. We were both working together. It was a book we were both working on.
Yeah, we were working together on it. I was writing the story. You added the graphics to the book. But you betrayed me and took the work as your own through a publication. And so, even if it was my work, you became the hit-selling author.
I'm sorry, but I was actually part of the development of the story, so why does it matter?
What?
The graphics were one of the reasons the book sold. How could you bring up something that old and whine about it now? You just wanted the money that badly?
That's not what I'm talking about. It was mostly the story that I wrote. But you sold it as your own. That's literally a crime. After that, I was in treatment for depression. It took me 2 years of rehab.
Really? Wow, great job.
That's why I don't want to talk to you. I thought I blocked your number too.
Oh, come on, let's get along, buddy.
What? Are you being serious right now?
My popularity has started to decline recently. You actually write really good content. So you can write it for me if you want. You know what they say about ghostwriters, they're really popular right now.
Yeah, I don't think so. Why would I ever agree to write them for you?
You know how I'm very talented? That's why I also figured that we should work together. You know, I think it's for your own good. For you to be working for a genius like me.
I don't understand what you're saying.
People who have talent shouldn't have to put in that much effort. That's why I won't put in any effort at all. You should be putting forth everything for me.
I don't get what the hell you're talking about, but I'm writing on my own.
Really? The thing you're writing now, just give it to me. You're just depressed anyway, right? It's not like you can write anything that's worth anything. Someone who's popular like me can turn around and sell things for you. It's going to be worth more anyway.
It's not about the money. And if you want to talk about that, the book you first sold, I literally wrote it. So all of the revenue you gain from those sales, I should receive, right?
See, you are after the money. I'm not giving you shit. You don't have any gift for selling things, sorry to break it to you. Just write for me as a ghostwriter. Work hard, okay? Next time around, I promise I'll pay you something worthy of your work.
I'm gonna pass.
Why? You're just an author who can't sell anything. What are you passing for? Did you write something recently?
Yeah, The Mysterious Child of the Night. I'm sure you've heard of that, right?
What? What are you talking about? Are you just pretending to flex? That book is literally a best hit. It's on everyone's bookshelf around the world. It's been popular since last year. There's even rumors of it becoming a movie. It's just a hit thing, right? So are you just pretending?
I'm the one that wrote that story.
Bullshit, the name is different.
It's a pen name. If I wrote it with my real name, I knew that you would figure it out in a heartbeat. That's why I write using that name now. And I make sure that they don't use my face. So it's not easy to figure out who it is.
Really? I didn't realize that you worked in the same industry as me. But there's no proof that you're the best hit-selling author.
No one is buying your books, are they, Leonard?
Huh?
I'm asking them. I'm asking all of the bookstores and publishers to stop selling.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm making sure that your books stay off the shelves. Your writing is seriously the comparable to third-grade language arts essays.
Are you seriously making fun of me right now? Copies of my book went crazy long before yours did.
Yeah, you were doing a lot of the illustrations. That's why when you said that you'd help me out as an illustrator, I was actually incredibly happy. That's why I wanted to work with you. I tried my best, but then you went ahead and betrayed me.
I didn't betray you.
Your book isn't selling now, is it? It sold incredibly well at one point, but now not so much. After the second edition came out, none of the publications will even take you, right? You just signed with some big-time companies. That's why you're basically just getting jobs because people pity you.
No, that's not true at all. I get good pay and rights. I'm a great author.
How long did you sign for? 3 years or so?
When I was selling hard, I found this company that brought me the sweetest deals, and that contract is for 3 years.
Then you should be coming up on your contract term, right?
Yeah, but there's still talk about potentially getting a new contract. I'm not done yet.
I already talked to your company. I told him to cut your contract early.
Huh?
If you hadn't contacted me out of the blue, I was gonna really squeeze you slowly to choke you, but man, I'm just not good at this kind of thing, huh? I just really want to see you eat shit.
Hey, my publication just contacted me. They said my contract is up this month?
That was sooner than even I would have expected.
What the hell? My career is completely screwed thanks to you!
Career? You really didn't have a career to begin with, pal.
What? I was a big-time author! I was even on TV!
Yeah, I remember. That's why my next piece has talked about becoming a movie before I even release it.
Huh? What are you talking about?
That story I wrote last time. It was a story about how I felt and what I went through when I was depressed. But this time around, I wrote about why exactly I became depressed to begin with. I didn't spare any details.
Why you became depressed?
Yeah, about how I trusted a friend. And I was betrayed, leading me down a spiral into depression.
I can't believe you, but you didn't write about the plagiarism, did you?
Ah, you do agree then that it was plagiarism.
You didn't write it, did you?
Who knows? I didn't add your name to it if it makes you feel better. It is a fictional story anyway.
Even if you don't use my name, you didn't write about my books or any of its titles, right?
Your book? You don't have any books or titles that are your own, right?
Hey, okay, fine. I'm sorry. What do you want from me? Is it money you want?
I have plenty of money coming in, actually. I'm not struggling at all.
What is it then? Do you want an apology? I'll apologize to you. Just please don't take my career from me. It's in a place that I've finally really been able to call comfortable.
I think you use the wrong method to find your calling, pal. Besides, no matter the case, even if I didn't say anything about trying to get your contract terminated early, you would have ran out early next year anyway. The things that you write aren't really interesting to anyone at all, so they don't sell either.
But if you write a book like that, then my other friends and my family will all find out about it. And they won't trust me at all. I just want to avoid that at all costs. By the way, I don't know if it's a movie or a drama, but
I'm gonna accept the offer to make it into a series or movie. People who don't read my book will probably still know about my story.
Wait, hang on! I'm finally able to brag to my parents about how I'm doing. Please think about my well-being too.
You stabbed your friend in the back. How can you talk about feelings? You were selling as a best-selling author for 3 years when you were on TV and social media. You should be thanking me.
Fine, I'll give you my status. I'll give you all of it, so please don't publish on me. Please, I'm begging you. I'm really sorry. I'll give you at least half of all royalties from publishing.
Half? That's not gonna be enough.
Huh?
I'm gonna be formally suing you.
Suing? What are you talking about?
You stole my story from me. Then you went ahead and made all of your fortune off of it. I'm gonna be suing you for plagiarism. I'm gonna be receiving a hefty amount of pay for it too. Imagine me going public and publishing at the same time. I can only imagine how popular my book is gonna be when I sell.
Please stop. Why would you do this to me? What did I do to you?
Huh? Wait, the person who has the talent shouldn't have to put in any effort, right? From now on, you're gonna be hustling and busting your ass for a while. Good luck. Leonard's begging was to no avail. Marcus published as soon as he brought his court case public. Of course, this was an easy case for Marcus. Leonard was charged not to pay a large sum of money to Marcus. He had earned so much money all of a sudden that he had spent most of it on a luxurious lifestyle. He had no money saved up. He also had just lost his only contract, so he had no job. He had to take out loans to pay back the money. The media also completely turned on him. They had documented Marcus's story as the tragedy of the century and started punishing Leonard from every angle that they could make him look bad in. He was banished from his parents' house. He has no job, no house, and apparently lives in a tent near the river now.
You're fat and ugly, and I'm pretty. Nobody will believe you. Wait, did you steal my watch? Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, LOL. I knew it was you. I've been looking for it for a few days now. Maybe someone took it from your desk. You should wear your watch on your wrist. That watch meant a lot to me. That's why I kept it in my drawer. My brother gave it to me. Please give it back. Your brother? I bet he's ugly as hell, too. I bet everyone in your family is ugly as hell. Stop being rude. Give me back my watch. Otherwise, I'm gonna tell everyone at work about what you did to me back in high school. Go ahead. Don't forget, though, I got your pick. You'll just be digging your own grave. You're a terrible person. Screw you. Gotta go. I'm gonna be late for my date. Later, useless. Stupid, ugly bitch. Go to hell. Katie? Katie, did you tell someone about high school? Huh? Stop texting me. Answer my question. Did you tell someone? Stop bugging me. What if I did? You've done it now. You're finished. What are you talking about? I'm on a date with Mr. Smith, the manager. I told him you used to get bullied, but I never said it was me, so... Did you wear my watch? Yeah. Wait, how did you know? I came so close to hooking up with him. But as I was telling him about your past, he asked me where I got this watch. I told him I got it from a friend, but then he left. No idea what happened, but this is your fault. I'm gonna beat you up during lunch tomorrow. You ruined my chance with him. Pay me for my damages. Hey, stop ignoring me, piggy. You messed up bad, Katie. What? Screw you. You remember my last name? No. Why would I? It's Jane Smith. That manager you went out with was my brother. Huh? Yeah, right. He's way too old to be your brother. He's 10 years older than me. He's really protective of me. He lived abroad when I was in high school, so he didn't know I got bullied, but... Wait, seriously? He's your brother? For real? Yes. He just came home. He's asking me all kinds of questions. You better not tell him about high school. I didn't. Good. But I did tell him I got bullied. What? Don't! I didn't go into details, but he figured it out. I mean, it's pretty obvious, don't you think? And that watch you stole from me? It's a custom watch from abroad. He saw right through your lies. I see. Oh well, I guess I better look for another job. But your life is over too. I'm gonna upload your nudes online. I'll send them to everyone at work too. Have fun! If I were you, I wouldn't. My brother is on the phone with his lawyer right now. He's filing a lawsuit against you. Lawsuit? For what? Bullying. And the watch. Hold up. That was back in high school. It's too late for that. He's talking to my parents now. This is bad. Give me a break. It's been years. Just let it go. I'll give you back the watch first thing tomorrow, okay? I'll delete your pic too, okay? If you upload that picture, it'll just work against you in the trial, so... I said I'll delete it! Let's turn things down a notch, okay? It's just a photo. I'll quit my job, okay? I'll leave. Sound good? I don't think so. I was only kidding, okay? I was just reminiscing. Let's be friends, okay?
Your father works at a B company, correct?
What? How did you know?
That's a client of ours.
Piggy? Why are you talking like that?
Piggy? You talking about Jane? This is her brother.
Wait, Mr. Smith? Sorry I said that. I didn't mean it.
We're no longer doing business with your father's company. However, if your father quits, we'll reconsider.
Wait, he's retiring in 5 years.
So what? My uncle owns a company. We can do anything we want.
Stop! Leave my dad out of this.
And you have my sister's nudes?
I'm sorry. I deleted it.
We'll see you in court. Oh, and I already called your employer. Good luck finding a new job.
What?
So now you and your father will be out of a job.
Wait! Please let me apologize to Jenna!
It's Jane, not Jenna. You're pathetic. If you want a job, you'll probably have to move somewhere far away. I'll make sure you never get a job again in the state. This is what you get for picking on my sister. Burn in hell, bitch!
Katie called her parents after that. They went over to Jane's house to apologize, but they didn't get past the gate. Jane's brother filed a lawsuit against them right afterwards. I guess everything worked out for Jane. Bullying is never right. So glad she got put in her place.
Hi, Cherry. I have something to tell you about yesterday. Do you have time to talk right now?
Thank you for having us yesterday. Sure, I have time. What's the matter? Is something wrong?
I was a bit shocked yesterday. You can't even cut fish properly.
Huh? You're right. I'm not that good at cutting fish.
Also, you didn't know the names of all the dishes. To be honest, I was really shocked.
I think one of the reasons why I don't know the names of those dishes might be because I was born and raised in a different state. You're right, it was the first time I heard of those dishes. Thank you for teaching me. I appreciate it.
I know, right? But, you know what? This is a problem.
Uh-huh?
With that level of knowledge, I don't think you're suited to be my son's wife. I don't think you're suited to be his wife. You're not good at cooking. That's a huge problem.
Yes, you're right. I will make an effort to be better at cooking.
I'm not talking about being laid back and taking it easy. With this, I don't approve of you as my daughter-in-law.
But
That's why I thought of an idea. During the weekends, you should come to our house and learn how to cook.
what? During the weekends?
That's right. You should come every week without fail, because I will teach you how to cook. If you attend a cooking class, it will cost a lot of money. You should be thankful to me, because I'm offering to teach you.
Thank you, but to be honest, I don't think it's possible to go every single week.
What are you saying? I'm making time for you, and you're declining my offer?
But realistically speaking, since my husband and I are both working, and we come home late in the evenings on weekdays, I have to clean the house and do other housework on the weekends. That's why I can't make time for that every single week.
That's not the problem. What you can contribute is just to make time for the cooking lesson, right?
I mean, there are times when my husband cooks for dinner, so since that's the case, I think it would be better to have my husband take the lesson with me.
Huh? You're making Jim cook?
Yes, he cooks sometimes, because there's days when I'm busier at work than him. So Jim cooks dinner for us during those busy days.
Even though it's not right to ask Jim to make time for the cooking class during the weekends, right? He's exhausted from his work during the weekends.
I'm in the same situation as Jim, too. If you really want to teach me how to cook no matter what, I will schedule my time so I can go on days when Jim can go, too.
How selfish. Who do you think your husband is? Jim is the breadwinner of the family. You should sympathize with him at least a little.
Even if you say that, I earn more than him, so...
What? There's no way you're earning more than him. It's rare for the wife to earn more than the husband.
It might just be because the company I work for pays well, but I earn more than Jim, and I might not have told you yet about this, but I'm the one who's been sending you the allowance needed for your daily expenses.
Is that so? I didn't know that.
You didn't know that too? With that said, I really don't think that I should be the only one who needs to learn to cook. Of course, I'm thankful for you offering to teach me how to cook, and I am aware that I'm not good at cooking, so I would appreciate it if you can teach me how to cook when I have the time, but it's impossible for me to do every single week.
You're making fun of Jim, aren't you?
Huh? I never said such a thing. Why do you think that?
You mentioned that you earn more than Jim. All I hear from that statement is that you're making fun of him. You should quit this instant.
Huh? Quit? Please stop saying such nonsense.
If you don't quit your job, you can't have a child, right?
That's not really the problem. Jim and I are saving money, so we're thinking that it might not be the right time yet to have kids.
It doesn't seem that way to me, though. I'll call your workplace.
What? What are you saying?
I will tell them that. As a wife, you don't know how to cook, so I can't let you keep on working.
Hey, please wait for a second. You don't know the telephone number of the company I work for, right?
I know the number, because I received it as an emergency number. I'll go call them right away.
Even if you do that, there's no point in doing it. It will only be a nuisance to the company, so could you please stop?
I won't stop. It's a punishment for being stubborn with your mother-in-law. You should suffer. You should reflect a little.
I don't understand what you're saying, but didn't I just say that I can't go every single week?
Shut up. You're making fun of Jim and me. I won't forgive you for that. I will make you pay for this.
If you do that, you're going to be the one who'll be in trouble, you know.
I already called them. I also told them about all the bad things you said about us. Because of that, you will have a hard time at the office, right? You should hurry and quit your job.
You're right. My colleague was the one who talked to you on the phone. I apologized to her for the inconvenience, even though she was busy. You made me apologize for something I didn't do.
Huh?
It seems like she completely thinks that my mother-in-law is crazy.
Why am I the one who is crazy?
No one in their right mind would call the workplace of their daughter-in-law to ask them if the company is going to fire her, you know. I'll be finishing work now because I can't concentrate on my work if you keep on doing this to me.
You should just quit your job. You can't even make a child. If you can't make a child in 3 years, I will ask you to leave.
Huh? Then why are you still here?
What do you mean?
I heard from my father-in-law that it took you 5 years before you gave birth to Jim.
How did you know that?
Despite that, you tell me to have a child in 3 years? Don't you think you're in the wrong? As for today's conversation, I'll ask Jim to tell his father. Also, if you keep on treating me like this, I think I'll have no choice but to stop visiting your house.
Why? I need to teach you how to cook, so you should come, or else.
I was planning to go, but I never thought you would call my company and make a fuss. Also, I contacted Jim earlier. He said he'll go learn how to cook with me when he can make time, you know.
Is that so? Jim will come too?
Yes. He said that your cooking is always delicious, so he said that he wants to learn your cooking techniques if he can, but never has he ever thought that this is your true colors.
It's just a misunderstanding, isn't it? Whatever. Just come here and bring Jim with you. I'll teach you how to cook.
No thanks, we're fine now. Jim and I decided to distance ourselves from you.
Why? What do you mean, distance yourselves from me?
You told me to leave if I can't make a child within 3 years, right? It's almost 3 years since Jim and I have been together, so I'm thinking of staying away from you.
Of course you can't do that. What is Jim saying?
Jim is also furious right now. He said it was unbelievable that you even called my office just to say that.
I was wrong for doing that, but I just wanted to see the face of my grandchild, and I thought that stress from work might be bad for your health.
Isn't your husband tired of you because you take such forceful actions?
My husband? There's no way he would say such a thing. Because he's always silent and doesn't complain.
Just like how you're treating me right now, all your words and actions that hurt me. My father-in-law was the one who kept on apologizing on your behalf.
I didn't know that. He did that for me?
I think it's more like he's doing it for his family, though.
Where is my husband? He's not in our room. Did you take him somewhere?
The 3 of us decided to eat out tonight. He'll probably be able to relax a little since the noisy one's not around.
What about me? Take me with you!
How about you just stay at home and cook those dishes that you've been bragging so much about? After that, Victoria tried calling Sherry and Jim, and of course her husband, but no one answered her calls. So she ended up eating supper all by herself. When her husband arrived home later in the evening, he pretended to not see Victoria and ignored her. So Victoria finally apologized. She was told that he won't listen to her if she doesn't apologize to Cherry, so even though Victoria doesn't want to apologize, she decided to go and apologize to Cherry. Apparently, she's thinking of cooking her signature dish that she's very proud of to bring with her to Cherry and Jim's house to apologize to them.
Regina, are you there? I was wondering if you wouldn't mind helping out with some grocery shopping tomorrow. I imagine that you're free tomorrow, right? So please come over at the usual time to help me. I'm going to be buying some food today, but I also need some toilet bowl cleaner as well as toilet paper. Hello, Diane. I'm sorry to say this, but I can't go out and do your shopping anymore. What are you talking about? You know that my legs aren't doing so well and that I can't go out and shop by myself anymore. If you don't do all my shopping for me at least once a week, then how am I supposed to get the things I need to live? Quit being so selfish and just do what I say. Did you really just call me that? If that's really how you feel, I think that maybe you should go check yourself into a hospital. How many times have I told you? Aside from my legs, I'm perfectly healthy and there's no need for me to go see anyone. Hello, Diane. I'm sorry that I had to disappear in the middle of our conversation. I was getting the bandages around my head replaced and put my phone down to do it. Bandages on your head? What happened? Did you get hurt or something recently? I can certainly see banging your head into something, since you're such a klutz. I actually received this injury from you today, Diane. I told you that I wasn't really feeling well, but you forced me to go to your family reunion. I couldn't even participate in anything. You just made me cook all the food and serve it to everyone. Then, right when I thought it was done, you came up from behind and hit me in the head with a pot. The only reason I hit you was because I caught you sitting and I needed to teach you a lesson. You needed to learn that you don't get to rest until every single one of your guests has gone home. But I had already done so much for you, and all while feeling bad, and besides, they weren't even my guests, they were yours. All I wanted was to get off my feet for a little bit, but I wasn't even sitting 1 minute before you showed up. Then you started saying all these horrible things like just because I send money to you every month doesn't mean I can laze around, and that your daughter works so much harder than I do, and then you smacked me upside the head. Oh, please, don't be such a baby. I barely even hit you that hard. Are you kidding me? There was blood coming out of my head. I don't know why you always treat me like this. Ever since your husband died, I've been waiting on you hand and foot, even sending you money every month to help cover all your expenses. I feel like I do every little thing that you ask of me. I know that your daughter got married and moved away, so it's hard to count on them for much help, and I'm not expecting them to make the trip down for everything you need either. But I just don't get why you had to compare me to your daughter when I was the one there actually helping you. And on top of that, on top of all the help and support I gave you, getting hit in the head is all I get in return. You must really think you're the center of the universe or something, don't you? You married my oldest son, so of course you are always going to be helping me with whatever I need. And you keep going on and on about the money you send, but it's only $2,500 a month. And you're telling me that isn't enough for you? I know damn well that my son works his butt off at his job, and then he makes more than enough for the both of you. And yet you insisted on keeping your job even though you knew it meant that you would be spending less time helping me. You sending me that money was a way to help make up for ignoring your responsibilities towards me, and it barely covers that. I'm sorry, but I think that money is more than enough for you to live off of, Diane. It's enough for me to get by on if I never want to do anything fancy for the rest of my life. Look, I'm about to go to the hospital to get all of this looked at, and I just want you to know that I will be charging you for my medical bills. Excuse me? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something? You really need to get off your high horse if you think that this is how you get to treat people for a measly $2,500 a month. I should have hit you harder in the head. Then maybe you would have finally come to your senses. You'll never make me pay for your hospital bills. Okay, fine then. If that's really how you want to play it, then I'll just stop sending you money entirely. Why don't you just go ahead and try it? Just remember that to me, that's all you're good for, and if you stop paying me, I will make my son leave you.
Hey, Regina, where are you right now? I just got home and no one else was there. I'm starting to get worried. All the lights were off and everything. Did something happen?
Oh, Ben, I'm really sorry. I've been so busy that I haven't been able to reach out to you all day. I'm actually just about to leave the hospital right now.
Wait, the hospital? What were you doing there? Did you get hurt?
Well, your mom hit me in the head with a cooking pot. And she hit me right in the lip of the pot, so I was bleeding from the wound a little bit and went to go get examined. Thankfully, the doctor said that it wasn't as bad as it could have been, and there's no brain damage or anything.
I'm sorry, back up. Did you say that your mom hit you in the head with a cooking pot? Why were you even with my mom in the first place? I thought you said that you weren't feeling well and that you weren't gonna go to my mom's family party thing. You even told me that she said she was fine if you didn't go.
I know I said that, but then she showed up to our place ringing the doorbell and wouldn't leave until I went with her. She was making such a racket and I just wanted to get her away before any neighbors noticed.
What is the matter with her? Why would she do something like that? I'm so sorry this happened, Regina. I should have been more strict with my mom about this kind of thing. And I wasn't, and now you got hurt as a result of my not wanting to stand up to my mom.
Thank you so much, Ben. But please don't blame yourself for any of this. I'll let you know once I'm done here, okay?
Yes, please let me know, and tell me if there's anything I can do for you.
Hey Ben, I'm all done, and I think I've been cleared to go home. Would you mind coming to pick me up?
Of course, I'll be right there. And then I think that I'm going to have a long talk with my mom. There is no way I'm going to sit back and do nothing now that something like this has happened.
I really don't think you need to do that, Ben.
What do you mean? You don't want me to talk to my mom about this?
No, it's not that. I just really don't think that your mom is gonna listen to anything we try and say to her. Besides, there's something else.
Something else? What do you mean by that?
I mean that today, while I was at the hospital, I found out that I'm pregnant.
Wait, really? Are you serious?
Yeah, they did a full-body physical on me and finally used the sonogram and found out. That's why it took me so long to get checked out. But now I'm so grateful that at least I didn't fall on the floor after your mom hit me. Things could have turned out much, much worse, especially for this baby I have inside of me. But anyways, for the time being, I really just don't want to see your mom at all. I don't know if she's gonna try to hurt me again.
I understand that, but I don't think that we can just cut off my mom like it's nothing. If anything, trying to do so might just aggravate her more.
So you're still not quite ready to stop talking to your mom entirely then, even after this?
I know what you're probably thinking about me. Even I'm wondering if this wouldn't have happened if I did something like that sooner.
No, I understand it's asking a lot of you to stop talking to your mom. But I have another idea if you'd like to listen to it. Hey, Regina, just what the heck is going on here, huh? I thought I told you to go out and do my shopping yesterday. Why isn't it done? Good morning, Diane. I wasn't able to do your shopping yesterday because, as I told you, I was in the hospital. They kept me there late because they wanted to make sure I didn't have any permanent head damage. I knew I didn't hit you hard enough. If I did, you wouldn't still be making excuses about why you don't want to help out your poor mother-in-law. But at this rate, I'm going to starve. Is that what you want? Honestly, I don't think it would really bother me if you did. Excuse me? What did you just say? How dare you say something like that to a poor old woman like me? You're nothing but a rotten, mean person. Listen, Diane, I'm not trying to be rude here, but you do have a daughter of your own. In fact, she was there at your little family get-together yesterday. So much of your family was. And yet, I was the one who did all of the cooking and serving. Why didn't you ask anyone else for help? Because they were all my guests and I was hosting them, of course. I understand that, but everyone there was family, and I don't get why it would have been so bad to ask for help. Instead, you just put all the work on me and then went to socialize. In fact, not only did I have to cook and serve everyone, but your daughter even gave me her child to look after. And just what's wrong with that, huh? Don't you realize how busy she is raising her kids all the time? The least you could have done for her was take her kids off her hands for a while and give her a break. I can't believe that all you ever do is complain. Do you enjoy being the way you are?
Regina, are you there? I just want to let you know that I went to the town hall and picked up those documents. It was a bit of a hassle, but I think we got all the paperwork we need. How are you feeling, by the way? You're not straining yourself at all, right? I'll take care of everything at home, so don't worry about that.
Hey there, Ben. Yes, I feel a lot better and more relaxed now. I think all I needed was a few hours to lie around in bed.
So you really don't think you have to go back to the hospital for anything?
I think it's for the best that I don't go. If your mom ever found out that I was there, I wouldn't have anywhere to run. Although I did lie to her about still being in the hospital.
That's probably a good idea. If she knew where you really were, she would probably come over and try to talk to you face to face.
Ben, I just want to check with you one last time. Are you sure about going along with my plan? You know that after this, you're probably never going to speak to your mom again.
I know, but if it's what I have to do to protect you and our child, then I'll do it. I wasn't able to protect you from my mom yesterday, but I won't make that same mistake again. By the way, you remember my dad, don't you?
Yeah, I remember that him and your mom split up and then your mom got remarried, right?
That's right, although it wasn't like they divorced because they disliked each other or anything. My mom actually cheated on my dad.
Wait, what? I had no idea about that.
I know, I should have said something earlier, but I was just so embarrassed about it. I'm sorry that I wasn't more upfront about any of that with you.
Ben, you don't have anything to apologize for. I never really ask about your mom anyways, and you don't need to tell me all your family's secrets anyways.
Thank you so much for understanding, Regina. But anyway, after the divorce, my mom fought really hard to keep custody of us, and that's why we didn't end up going with our dad. But I never got along with my mom's new husband, and only tolerated him because my mom liked him so much. But he was a really strict man who wasn't afraid to punish my sister and I harshly if we acted up. Finally, I just gave up and decided to just accept whatever came my way because it was easier than fighting.
You've been through so much, Ben. I just hope you don't blame yourself for any of it.
I'm not sure, but at least I know that with you, I really feel like I can be myself. And the reason I say all of this is so that you know why it's so difficult for me to leave my mom. You see, not longer before you and I got married, my mom's second husband died. I remember that she was just crushed at the funeral. I'd never seen her so distraught and finally despondent. I couldn't bear the thought of turning my back on her. Even when she asked us to start sending her money every month, I felt that it was okay since she worked so hard to raise us.
Well, you were putting in most of the money that we were sending to her.
But of course I would. I'm her son and she came to me to ask for it. But I can't forgive her this time after what she did for you. So I'm gonna do what it takes and protect you and our child from her from here on out. In fact, I think I knew that I would come to this decision the moment you said you were pregnant. I would do anything for you both. Thank you for showing me that, Regina.
Hey, Regina, how come you haven't sent me any money this month? I thought I told you that if you stopped paying me, that would be the end of your marriage to my son. I'm afraid that that threat isn't going to work on me, Diane. Ben and I are already divorced. Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Are you really so surprised about that? You said that if I stopped sending you money that you would force Ben and I to get a divorce. Well, I decided that I didn't feel like paying you anymore, so I saved you the trouble and divorced Ben myself. You really are an idiot, you know. I must have done more damage to your head than I realized. But now that you've left Ben, you do realize that no one will ever want to marry you ever again, right? I mean, who would want a woman who couldn't even hold her first husband down? You're going to spend the rest of your life lonely and miserable. But I'll be kind and spare you that fate just this once. I'll let you marry my son again if you start sending me the money. Except this time, I want $3,000 every month. Now go ahead and thank me and tell me how grateful you are for this chance. Diane, I think there's some kind of mistake here, because I've already gotten married. Wait, what? You divorced my son and have already found someone else? Does that mean you were cheating on Ben this whole time? Cheating? No, I would never do that. I'm not you, after all. I got remarried to Ben. What's going on here? Is this some kind of stupid game you're trying to play? So then you two never really got divorced and nothing really changed at all? No, you still don't get it. We got married, and this time Ben took my last name. Okay, well now I know that you must be joking. Why would my son want to throw away his family name for yours? Well, that would be because Ben never wants to speak with you ever again. That's a lie too. My Ben would never say something like that. Benjamin, you have got some explaining to do, young man. What is this business I hear about you taking your wife's last name? Please tell me that you didn't really.
No, it's no mistake at all. You've already done all the paperwork, so it's official. I have Regina's last name now.
Oh, you little ingrate. Well, go and reverse it right now. Or do all the years I spent raising you just mean nothing?
I know that you worked hard to raise me, Mom, and I'm thankful for all that you've done. But at the end of the day, you were my mom and that was your job. I don't think I'm obligated to do anything back for you. Besides, you were the one who went and cheated with Dad and got remarried to that horrible man. Not only that, but you two quickly started treating my sister like she was your only child, and I felt like I had no place at home.
Are you really speaking ill of the dead right now? When did you get so disrespectful?
Mom, I know how upset you were when he died, and I really was trying to pity you after he was gone. But I've reached my limits, and now I have to do what I can to protect my family.
Your family? Did you get hit in the head too? I am your family, Ben. You can't just take your wife's name and pretend like we don't exist. Besides, you don't even have any kids. How can you choose your wife over the rest of your whole real family? What did she do to turn you against us?
Enough, Mom! I seriously have had it with you! Regina is pregnant with our child, and as her husband and the father, it's my job to be there for them. And it's clear that keeping you in their life would only be a danger to both Regina and our child. I'm making the choice to protect my family from you. I never wanted it to come to this, but I never want to see you ever again.
Wait, Ben, you can't do this to me. Regina, what did you do to my son? He's blocked my number and he says he never wants to see me again. You knock some sense into this man right this second. Diane, you really need to face reality. If Ben says he never wants to talk to you again, then I'm not going to breach that wish. Oh, just shut up, you brat. You turned him against me and you're going to try and talk down to me? How dare you do this to me? But you still haven't beaten me, you know. I still have another child who I can go to for money. And you really think that your daughter is going to try to do that for you? You're welcome to try, but I don't think it's going to go the way you think. And just why is that, huh? Well, because I've already heard that you've been spending all your money on gigolos and hiring handsome men to go out with you. In fact, I've heard you sunk so much money into doing that you're quite a bit in debt now. Wait a second, how did you hear about all of that? Oh, don't you worry about that. But judging from your reaction, I take it that all of that is true. So, do you really think your daughter is going to help you out of this mess you made for yourself? I can't see it happening. After all, she already has 3 kids of her own. I seriously doubt she would be able to afford to send you the kind of money that you'd be hoping for. But Ben and I aren't giving you anything anymore either. You'll just have to learn how to make do with your savings and retirement money. Wait, so then Ben knows about all of this too? That's right. He knows about your bad habit and the debt it's gotten you in. Well, if you both know how much money I owe, then you have to help me. I won't be able to live if you don't keep sending me money. I'm afraid that you and I have nothing to do with each other anymore. You'll have to figure this out for yourself. This isn't a game. This is my life that we're talking about here. How could you do this to me? These are going to be the last messages you ever get from me, Diane. I've already reported what you did to me to the police, and you're going to be arrested for assault and fraud. Fraud? Are you kidding me? That isn't fair. You're just accusing me of false crime now. But you are guilty of fraud. This whole time you've led me to think that you could barely get yourself around, and that's why you needed so much help. But you had your knees replaced a couple years ago, and you've had no health problems since then. You've just been using me this entire time. But my legs were bad once. Doesn't that count? It doesn't. And especially not after how much of my own money you had me spending on you under this false pretense. Anyways, enjoy jail. After that, Diane was arrested and Ben agreed to never speak to her ever again. I suppose it's only natural that a woman who cheated on her husband would turn to paying men to shower her with attention. But I later heard from Ben that even his sister cut their mom off, and that Diane was truly left with no one she could turn to for help. I hear she had to take a couple of part-time jobs just to keep up with the interest payments on her debt. Meanwhile, Ben and I have been enjoying the quiet married life and are eagerly expecting the birth of our first child.